tell us, Rory, for anyone that's watching that isn't aware about what bridging finance is, can you give us an overview of what is bridging finance and how that might be used in property?
So probably the first question, if I say bridging finance, most people will have, be sucking of teeth, and they'll go, oh, it's expensive. So that's the first thought. And bridging finance really is a tool that you use for the right type of project. So let's look at some scenarios. If a property is not mortgageable, so there isn't a kitchen or a bathroom, then you can't get a regular mortgage. So the alternative would be bridging finance or cash or a combination of the two. And that's one really good example. The other one might be to give you a competitive edge. So you're chasing another buyer for a property. If you've got cash, then you should be able to complete much more timely than someone who's getting a mortgage. And that's the other reason. The other area where you could use bridging, you may own, say, a buy-to-let property that's unencumbered, so has no debt. You throw that into the mix, you could raise some money off the back of that property, providing additional security. So you can mix it up many different ways. But in essence, they're the scenarios. And then you'll get into, is it a first or a second charge? So keeping it simple, you buy a property for 100,000, it needs a major refurb. On a bridging loan, you'd probably get about 60% of the purchase price as the net advance on the day that you buy. And if you want me to expand on that, because it's the key, I'd say it's probably one of the key questions in bridging, you'll hear some great loan to values being thrown around. You get 70, 75%. Normally the interest is retained, and that means you're not physically servicing the debt monthly, but actually what you're doing is, it might be 70% of 100,000, but you're not given 70%. That interest could be rolled up maybe for a year, which means you'll get 60%. And the key question to ask your broker or the bridging lender is, on the day of completion, when I buy the property, how much money will be sent to my solicitor? And that can often catch a lot of investors out. So we like to make that very, very clear.